More than 15 billion miles from Earth, beyond the last breath of sunlight, past the fading edge of our solar wind, a 48-year-old machine, older than the digital age itself, has spoken once again. Its voice is faint. Its language unfamiliar. But the world is listening. Because what it said should not have been possible. This is Voyager 1. Launched in 1977, built with less computing power than a modern calculator. A relic of another era, designed for a brief tour of our outer planets before drifting into silent obsolescence. And yet, in early 2025, it sent a message that shook the foundations of science. Dr. Elena Reyes hasn't slept in 3 days. The dark circles under her eyes tell the story of a woman consumed by something far greater than fatigue. As JPL's Deep Space Network Communications lead, she was the first to notice the anomaly. "We thought it was noise at first," she explains, her voice barely above a whisper. "Every day, Voyager's signal gets weaker. We've been expecting to lose contact entirely within the next year or two. But then, this happened." On her screen, a spectrogram dances with unexpected symmetry. What should be random static instead pulses with rhythm, with intent. It wasn't noise. It wasn't a malfunction. It was a pattern. Deliberate. Precise. Unmistakably mathematical. Prime numbers. Geometric ratios. The golden spiral itself nested in the static like a secret whisper. Somewhere within the cold interstellar dark, something, or someone, may have answered. When Voyager launched, its mission was modest: visit the gas giants, send back data, and drift gently into the void. It wasn't built to last. But it did. And for nearly 5 decades, it's remained our silent ambassador to the unknown. Its power now dimmer than a refrigerator light. Its signal weaker than a bacterium's pulse. And yet across those impossible distances, a flicker was seen. A whisper was heard. A mystery began. Professor James Chen remembers the exact moment signal pattern was identified. As a quantum computing specialist at MIT, he had been working on new ways to clean up deep space transmissions using probability algorithms. "We've been applying quantum processing to Voyager's increasingly degraded signal for about a year now," Chen explains from his cluttered office. Behind him, whiteboards overflow with equations. The standard filters weren't working anymore, the signal-to-noise ratio was just too low. So we tried something new. The processor he developed was unlike any before it, capable of seeing across realities, running logic through probability instead of sequence. Through that strange lens, Voyager's message transformed. "It was like tuning an old radio and suddenly hearing a clear voice," Chen says, his eyes wide with remembered wonder. One moment, noise. The next, music. Hidden among the static were prime sequences: 2, 3, 5, 7, 11, 13. Extending out to numbers so large they should have been impossible to distinguish from background radiation. Fractal symmetries. Mathematical echoes of biology and art. And among them, a single chilling signature, 127.0.0.1, the local loopback address. Digital shorthand for "I am home." But Voyager doesn't use internet protocols. It was never meant to. So where did this message come from? The scientific community split almost immediately. 4 theories emerged, each more unsettling than the last. Voyager is glitching, and our machines are just seeing what they want to see. Pareidolia on a cosmic scale, humans finding patterns in randomness because we're hardwired to seek meaning in chaos. Dr. Sandra Novak, chief skeptic at the SETI Institute, represents this view. "We've been trying to hear voices in the stars for so long that we've built machines that hallucinate them for us," she argues, though even she admits this particular glitch behaves with unusual intent. The quantum processor itself could be introducing these patterns. It's looking for order in chaos, and sometimes it creates what it can't find. But this explanation fails to account for the specificity of the patterns. Random errors don't generate prime number sequences and geometric constants with perfect precision. Something in deep space intercepted Voyager's signal, modified it, and sent it back. If true, we're not alone. We've been heard. Think of it like echolocation, explains Dr. Hiroshi Yamamoto, astrobiologist at Tokyo University. Voyager has been broadcasting its presence for decades. Perhaps something finally answered, not with words, but by reflecting our mathematical language back to us in a form we might recognize. This theory has gained traction among those who believe the message represents first contact, not a conversation, but an acknowledgement. A cosmic "we hear you." But it doesn't explain the loopback address. It doesn't explain "I am home." Voyager may have carried dormant Cold War code, a failsafe designed to awaken once it left the solar system. If so, its mission was never what we believed. We know intelligence agencies placed experiments aboard early space missions, says Dr. Richard Blackwood, former NASA security consultant. It's not inconceivable that Voyager contained classified systems unknown even to the engineers who built it, systems designed to activate only when certain conditions were met. In this scenario, Voyager was always more than a scientific probe. It was a beacon, a messenger, carrying secret signals to unknown recipients. But if this is true, why wait 48 years to trigger the code? And why would Cold War programmers use Internet Protocol addresses developed years after Voyager's launch? Space isn't uniform, explains Dr. Eliza Thornton, theoretical physicist at CERN. Yet none of these theories